You're never going to believe what the mainstream media is saying about Congresswoman AOC. Plus, Senator Adam Schiff admits his party is screwed. Also, Democrats are big mad at President Trump, while conservatives that voted for him said, yes, yes, we love your latest move. I'll tell you all of the whys in this video. President Donald Trump made a major announcement yesterday revealing that his new tariff policy could wipe out income tax for many Americans. In a post on Truth Social, President Trump explained, when tariffs cut in, many people's income taxes will be substantially reduced, maybe even completely eliminated. Focus will be on people making less than $200,000 a year. Also, massive numbers of jobs are already being created, with new plants and factories currently being built or planned. It will be a bonanza for America. The External Revenue Service is happening. Now, for those of you that might not remember, on April 2nd, President Trump rolled out a series of tariffs on countries around the world, including a 10% tariff on almost all goods coming into the country. India faced a 26% tariff, but now they're ready to negotiate. China has a 145% tariff, and they continue to kick against the pricks. Now, Trump is also working to revive a piece of history that many Democrats have tried to erase, but he says, I'm bringing back Columbus Day. On Truth Social, the president wrote, I'm bringing Columbus Day back from the ashes. The Democrats did everything possible to destroy Christopher Columbus, his reputation, and all of the Italians that love him so much. They tore down his statues and put up nothing but woke or even worse, nothing at all. Well, you'll be happy to know Christopher is going to make a major comeback. I am hereby reinstating Columbus Day under the same rules, dates, and locations as it had for all the many decades before. Now, you'll remember in 2021, President Joe Biden was the first to declare Indigenous People Day. More people have started observing it on the same day as Columbus Day, believing that Columbus's violence against Native communities should never be honored. Columbus Day is a huge day for America, as well as the Caribbean, where there are massive monuments to Christopher Columbus. I lived there. I've seen them myself. Some of these monuments make George Washington look tiny. I mean, they love this guy, not because he was great or there wasn't violence, but because he discovered the Western Hemisphere. That's why they want to do it. Now, I don't think it's a problem to keep Indigenous People Day. There are Indigenous people. There are Native Americans. They should be honored. America has kind of a sketchy past, right? Like, it wasn't a perfect past, but here we are. So I think they can honor Christopher Columbus. They can also honor the Indigenous people that are still alive today. All right, now over the weekend, President Trump went off on a rant where he was calling for people to be investigated, people to be arrested, people to go to jail for hurting this country. Let me just read to you directly what he had to say, because his rants are always better than any of mine. So here's what he had to say. Hopefully, Act Blue, the Democrat illegal scam used to raise money, including from not allowed foreign contributions, is being looked at by authorities. The Dems only know how to win by cheating, something which they do better than any group or party in history. I'm not going to lie, he's not wrong. But now, with their terrible policies and candidates, and with people like crooked Adam Schiff, who demand a full pardon from Sleepy Joe leading the way, it is almost impossible to reach their money goals. The USA is wise to these scoundrels and crooks. Also, why did the auto pen give Adam Schiff a pardon? Biden knew nothing about it. What? Who operated the auto pen? That is the biggest question being asked in DC. They almost destroyed our country. They should all be in jail. So President Trump is calling for an investigation. He wants the pardons that were given to the January 6th committee, like Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and others, to be removed. He believes that these people committed crimes and that they should be prosecuted. Now, he's not sicking his goons on them, but he wants an investigation, and I think he wants this to go through court to see if, in fact, these pardons can be erased. But this guy, he definitely wants to see Adam Schiff in trouble, and I think a lot of people do. All right, now, the Democrat Party is in big trouble for two big reasons, and one of them is actually from the lips of Senator Adam Schiff himself. Like, I would love nothing more than to see this guy be investigated for all of the lying with the Russia collusion and just all of the vitriol garbage he hurls at Republicans, conservatives, religious people, and even President Trump. Let me go ahead and roll this clip for you guys, because this is absolutely crazy what he admits to.
So we're going to have to change how we do business in California. We're going to have to address people's legitimate concerns about crime. I was in South San Francisco 2 years ago after I had an experience in the city that all too many people had. When my luggage was stolen out of my car, they tell you don't ever leave your luggage in the car. I never do until the one time I did. And of course, it got stolen. And what was most memorable about the experience for me is I went to this Target in South San Francisco, 10 o'clock at night, and I'm getting the toiletries I'm going to need for my next 2 days in the city. I get to the cashier.
You went there by yourself, not an assistant.
I think I went there. Well, yes, I had somebody drop me off at the store, and so
I don't mean to make that an issue. See, I waded somewhere I should not have waded into.
Okay. First of all, I had to get the clerk, which is hard to find, to unlock the shampoo or the whatever. So that's one thing. And then I get to the cashier. The cashier asked me if I want one of those Target bags with a little bullseye on it. And I said, yes, that Target bag is going to be my luggage for the next 2 days. And she asked me what happened, and I told her, and she basically said, in not so many words, yeah, Democrats are assholes. And I thought, you know, if the cashier in South San Francisco at 10 o'clock at night believes that Democrats are assholes because the shampoo is locked up and my stuff got stolen out of the trunk, we've got a major problem that we have to address. And I think
that's an awesome story.
All right. So Adam Schiff openly admitting, like, San Francisco has gone to hell. I got robbed. Now I can't even get shampoo without them unlocking it. Like, really? Like, I know when they used to lock up expensive cologne like Acqua di Gio and Chanel and stuff, but really? Shampoo? That's how bad it's gotten? And then this, like, probably making $15, $20 an hour cashier is like, it's because of these a-hole Democrats. And that's when the light bulb goes on. Oh, wait a minute. We're screwed as a party. Our own voters hate us. Life has gotten so bad under our leadership and our policies. Now, is something going to change? Probably not. The Democrats, they don't seem to learn lessons very often, but it only gets worse. Now, one of the top pollsters for the Democrat Party is openly saying the Democrat Party is going through a major shift, and the leader to keep them afloat that will probably be the next president of the United States, the most popular person in Congress, is Congresswoman AOC. So, wow. All right, now let's go ahead and watch this video together, and then we will react to it.
Clinton advisor and pollster Doug Shonen joins us right now. Hey, Doug, good morning.
Morning.
We got a poll. We're going to put it up. AOC is much more popular than Chuck Schumer. Why is it that the Democrats want somebody who's a little further left than the guy, Mr. All Reliable?
Well, because the party, my party, has moved so far to the left, both in reaction to Donald Trump's first term and now the second term, that there's anger. There's a desire also for a new generation of leadership, which AOC reflects. And Chuck Schumer has been in politics, I think, since about 1978 or 80. That's many, many years, 40-odd years. And I think there's a desire for a change. He is a master politician. I don't count him out. But AOC could be a presidential candidate in 2026 or could run against Senator Schumer. She's formidable in either role.
Surely. And so, Doug, in your long history with the Democratic Party, can you remember a time when the party was more fractured than it is? I mean, right now, the Republicans are united around Donald Trump, who is like a bulldozer through Washington right now. And with the Democrats, it's a circular firing squad.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we elected a vice chair of the Democratic Party, David Hogg, who's raising $20 million to beat Democratic incumbents. Right. Not elect Democrats against Republicans, but beat Democratic incumbents in primaries, tells you, Steve, how divided we are, how polarized we are. And in the absence of a message, a strategy, and a plan, all we have driving us is raw anger.
So Doug Shonen, top pollster for the Democrat Party, is saying Chuck Schumer is going to be out. AOC is going to replace him, and she is going to be the face of the Democrat Party. Now, please, in the comments, let me know what you guys think. I think this is wonderful. I think that she is a terrible politician. I remember reading a couple years ago that she is the person who's put forward the most legislation that went nowhere. So the most legislation that literally did not get any kind of traction, wasn't popular, her own party wouldn't even put forward her ideas. I remember when she was complaining, Nancy Pelosi won't allow the younger generation to move forward. So I think it's great because it could be Trump third term. It could also be J.D. Vance, could be Vivek Ramaswamy, could be Byron Donalds. I mean, there's a lot of great people that she might be going up against. Of course, there's also Kamala Harris that they're still going to try to run. So it's great, and I'm just here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. I think it's a great idea. All right, here's another great idea I want to share with you. As we get older, maintaining muscle mass becomes more challenging. We start losing strength, endurance declines, and recovery takes longer. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept that. Fortify from Bright Core Nutrition is packed with all 9 essential amino acids that help you build and retain muscle mass, keep your body strong, and improve endurance so you can stay active and independent as you age. One thing that many people don't realize is that most protein from food sources like eggs and chicken is never utilized to make or retain muscle, but is actually converted into glucose and fat. On the contrary, Fortify actually supports metabolic health, helping regulate your metabolism and burn more calories efficiently. Now, Fortify supports energy and recovery, helping you fight fatigue so that you can keep doing the things you love. It even boosts serotonin production, which improves mood, enhances cognitive function, and promotes better sleep. The best part, Fortify comes in an easy-to-take capsule. No mixing, no hassle. Just take it daily and feel the difference. Fortify is all natural, non-GMO, and made right here in the United States of America. So not only are you helping your body, but you're creating American jobs. Right now, I have an exclusive offer for you. Buy 2 bottles of Fortify, get one absolutely free by clicking the link below. Or call my friends at Brightcore for up to 50% off and free shipping. Just give them a call. Why wouldn't you want to save more money improve your health, and get free shipping. Just call 888-908-4425. You're going to love it. Okay. I'm still hung up on this AOC thing because I just think, I don't know that she's the smartest person in Congress. I think she gets by on her looks a lot, and she's had the squad to support her, but the rest of the Democrat Party, I don't think they support her. And like Doug Shonen said, you have the head of the Democrat Party right now, David Hogg, who is literally raising money to primary older Democrats. So we got Dick Durbin that just bounced. It wouldn't shock me if Chuck Schumer bounces. Nancy Pelosi, well, she probably will only bounce if Trump or Josh Hawley is able to pass the Pelosi Act, which would block her from insider trading. Other than that, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me show you guys a video where Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank says the exact reason why she does not resonate with the American people.
Kevin, Meghan McCain says discount her at your peril, but she is a populist. She is like, this is about class politics, working class people, some of the same people Donald Trump appeals to. Does that worry you? As a
AOC, I have a tremendous amount of respect for. I buy her T-shirts for $39.95, tax the rich. They're very popular in Miami Beach. I wear them, and I sign them, and I give them to people. She has an 82% margin on that, proving that inside of every socialist is a capitalist trying to get out. But however, I would say this about her. You know, the ambassador of America, the CEO, the president, they have to embody the American dream. That's their number one job. Our number one export is not technology or energy. It's the American dream. People come to America to achieve the American dream. She embodies the American nightmare. And so she could never, ever, because she doesn't believe that people should succeed in wealth.
All right. She does not believe in people being able to achieve the American dream. She hates people that have any kind of money, anyone that's had success. Now, I know that there's a lot of wealthy people that watch my channel. I know there's a lot of middle income people that watch my channel, and there's a lot of lower income. And I personally, I don't begrudge the wealthy because I'd like to become one day. I'd like to live the American dream fully. I own a business. I own a home. I've got children. I'm doing my very best. I assume a lot of you that watch me are. She does not embody that. And I just think that she is not going to resonate with the American people. And so for that reason, again, I'm just happy to have her. All right. Now, Democrats are big mad at Donald J. Trump. President Trump's administration reported today that they plan to deport illegal immigrants who cannot return to their native country to the country of Rwanda. This follows a controversial deportation of Omar Abdulsalter Amin, an Iraqi refugee, to Rwanda. The policy, part of Trump's aggressive immigration crackdown, has sparked legal challenges and criticisms for bypassing due process and targeting vulnerable migrants. However, the White House is saying any country that won't take back their own citizens, those people will be shipped to Rwanda. And if you're a criminal or a gang member, you're going straight to El Salvador. All right, now let me switch gears with you to discuss Russia. President Trump has urged President Vladimir Putin of Russia to end the military attack on Ukraine and agree to a peace deal. Here's what he said. I want him, Putin, to stop shooting, to sit down, and to sign a deal. President Trump also said he wanted a quick end to the fighting and claimed Putin promised to stop the violence during a recent phone call. But Russia kept attacking Kiev, raising doubt that Putin is a man of his word. Now, the U.S. offered to ease some sanctions to push Russia in the right direction. Moscow demanded Ukraine stay neutral, not join NATO, and that Crimea be declared a part of Russia. Now, Trump and his team, they're getting frustrated. They don't want Russia and Ukraine to keep exchanging missiles and dead bodies. They say it's time for people to get along, and I agree with them. All right, that's my update for today. What do you guys think of Adam Schiff openly admitting on Bill Maher, our party is in trouble because people blame us for crime and for their hard times? Yeah, that's why you lost the election, and I hope you lose the 2026 election, because you guys continue to fight for illegal immigrants and criminals and gang members. It's so bizarre to the rest of us. So wake up if you guys want to remain in politics. All right, I love you guys.